Guys, today I'll narrate a very interesting story. In this story, you will find that why it is important for us to be dispense with our fear, how the fear totally obliterate our life, how the fear totally destroy our life, when that we are on the nick of the success, at the time that fear obliterate all the things. So why it is important for you in your early age to diagnose to your fear. First of all, it is really just tough task for the people to just diagnose their fear. They don't know about their fear, and then try to do the work on that. In this story, you will definitely find that why it is important to be dispense with the fear and how to do the work on that. Listen the story very carefully and try to put yourself in the place of the product. This is very interesting story of two bosom friends named David and Thomas. Both of them had the same limitations. They had the claustrophobia and gelatophobia. But David was conscious about his loopholes. He wanted to just dispense with that as soon as possible. And second one, Thomas was ignorant about his loopholes. He always just give the excuses about his loopholes and he was not doing the work on his loopholes. One day, when David was giving the speech in front of the audience, and that speech was not up to the mark, everyone was jeering at him. Thomas came to him and said, your condition was so miserable on the stage. You were literally shivering and stammering while speaking. People were laughing at you. Why do you go on the stage? If you have the claustrophobia and gelatophobia, so don't go on the stage. Try to just put yourself into the same position, because what will you achieve on the basis of that? You are the good students, you can just pass the exams with flying colors, so why there's a need to be just go on the stage? Listen the reply of the David. Listen the reply of the person, those who have the unbroken spirit. They want to just achieve the unprecedented success in their life. They want to just reach the point of the culmination. He replied, to go on the stage, to present myself on the stage, it's my ecclesial, and I want to be dispensed with that as soon as possible, because I can't show my loopholes in the future in front of the people. I don't want to be just called to the people that person doesn't do anything, that person doesn't know how to be just present himself. I don't want to be just become the black sheep for anyone. That's why I'm trying to be just do the work on my loopholes, and I want to be rejuvenated from this problem as soon as possible. Thomas, as we know, that he always gave the excuses. He was saying that I also have the Midas touch in the speaking, but today I had the sore throat. That's why I didn't go on the stage, or else I also able to give the captivating performance in front of the people. David replied, you have been seeing the same thing since your childhood, because a bad workman always blames his toes. You don't want to be just overcome from your problem. You always give the excuses. You always try to be split the situation. This is not the things. If you want to be so rejuvenate yourself from the problem, it is important for you to be just put yourself into the uncomfortable zone and look at that what will happen. And do the work on that, because try to be just pretend your problem as a villain. And if you want to become a protagonist in your life, so it is important for you to defeat your villain. Take the time, do the work on your personality and defeat your villain, then you will become the protagonist of your life. In the scene 2, after some years, Thomas had a nightmare. In the nightmare, one horrendous and gigantic dragon was in front of the Thomas. That dragon was destroying all the things belongs to the Thomas. Thomas was asking, who are you? Why are you destroying all the things? The dragon replied, I'm your fear, and you had been nurturing me since your childhood. And this time I'm going to be just obliterate all the things, because you are not supposed to be just live in this hyper competitive world. You didn't do the work on your personality. You didn't control me. So this time the time goes to be destroy all the things. Thomas was shivering in front of his fear, but he saw a David was coming from a very far off distance. He had the sword in his hand. Dragon started to shiver from that to look at that sword. Thomas asked to the dragon, why are you shivering? Dragon replied, this is the sword of the confidence. This is the sword of the oratory. This is the sword of the relentlessness. This is the sword of the confidence and dauntlessness. And I can be killed by the sword. Then Thomas woke up and went to the David. At the time, David was giving the motivational speech in front of lots of the students, and it was really audacious, eloquent speech. Thomas said that it was really mind-boggling and outstanding speech. You really did the work on your personality, and now you can just motivate the people at the drop of the hat. You have controlled your fear, and by the yesterday's nightmare, I also try to do the same thing. So guys, by this story, I want to be convey the message to you. Whatever that your fear is, trying to just know that what's your loophole, and find out your fear and do the work on that. Give yourself for the time that in that span of the time, in the span of the 6 months, in the span of the 1 year, in the span of the 2 years, I will definitely do the work on my personality and dispense with my problem. This is the life, and same process you have to be just apply everywhere. This is the thing you have to be do if you want to be just reach at the point of the pinnacle, if you want to be just become the inspiration for other people, and if you want to be just become the dauntless, eloquent speaker. Thank you so much.